Okay, so I finally read Metamorphosis. Took me long enough, and oh boy, there is a lot to unpack here, and I mean a lot. Real quick, before we go any further, this manga is not for the faint of heart, and we will be lightly going over some of the touchy topics. So here is your trigger warning, and now that we got that out of the way, let's hop into it. Alright, so the beginning of the manga was fairly normal. We have our female lead, Saki Yoshida. For the rest of this video, I will be referring to her as Yoshida, just letting you know so no one is confused. But Yoshida is a school student and not really fitting in until she decided to change her appearance and start to care about what she looked like. And when she did this, she started to get friends and become more outgoing. Then Yoshida goes into a store to buy a magazine, and that's where we meet this older dude, and I'm going to call this dude Hey, because I don't think I can pronounce his actual name. But anyways, Hey starts flirting with Yoshida. She goes along with it. They go to a karaoke bar. Hey gets Yoshida to drink some alcohol, a little bit of pressuring going on. They make out. He has her take this pill, which I can only assume is ecstasy. You know, a lot more pressuring going into this. And right around here, page 10 or 11 is where things start to get really graphic and the smex scenes start. And I must say, I'm not a fan of this kind of manga. I'm reading this for the plot, which is funny enough. And I have to read through scenes like this, making sure I don't miss any plot. It's really uncomfortable and kind of weird, and once again, reading for the plot in this kind of manga is just absolutely strange. And this manga pretty much follows that trend of various encounters between Yoshida and different men, and it damn near seems like that's the entire manga. But there is a reason I'm talking about this manga. There is some pretty dark and twisted things that happen besides your normal hentai stuff. And these things kind of shocked me because I knew Metamorphosis as a meme in the community, and you see that one image that everyone shares. All I knew coming into this manga was that it was kind of messed up, and oh boy, did it live up to that. So with all of the normal video stuff out of the way, and I don't think YouTube is listening anymore, let's get slightly into the more fucked up elements of this manga. Starting off with the obvious, which would be the sexual content. Now 99% of the smex between Yoshida and the various men doesn't seem consensual in my opinion. There's always drugs involved and or some form of pressuring, so that's already pretty messed up. And damn near everyone else in this manga is portrayed as basically, for lack of a better word, dickheads. Like fake friends and people trying to take advantage of Yoshida. And worst of all, even her parents are not cool either. And since we are on the topic of her parents, I have to mention one of the most disgusting points of the story. And spoiler alert here, so if you don't want this disgusting twist spoiled, leave now. But Yoshida was basically raped by her own father. In all seriousness, the manga just gets more and more fucked up as it progresses, from rap to addiction to prostitution, and finally Yoshida decides to take her own life by using a lethal amount of heroin. Jesus Christ, man. Like, that's so dark and honestly one of the most horrific pieces of literature I've ever read. It's insane, but I wanted to do something different here, so we will be rating how messed up this manga is, and I'm honestly thinking an 8 out of 10, which is high, because it's really messed up. I was leaning towards a 9 or even a 10, but I settled on an 8 for the simple fact that I believe there is worse out there, and I might not have read them yet, but I feel, as of right now, Metamorphosis damn near holds the spot of the most horrific manga I've seen. For the final thoughts, I'm not sure what to say. This manga was wild and honestly shocked and surprised me time and time again. It just kept ramping up until that final crash at the end. I honestly do not feel comfortable suggesting this manga. All I'll say is, if you're looking for a manga that is really fucked up and you already have experience with disgusting media, I guess you can check this one out. Just be warned, it's wild and absolutely insane. But anyways, thank you so much for watching this video. Let me know your thoughts on Metamorphosis down in the comments. Also, if you have any messed up manga that you want me to cover, drop them down there as well. Peep the description for all my links. I'll probably put a synopsis for this manga down there. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. Later.